Well, I'm working this morning on trying to get my porch cleaned up a little bit. I hosed off that half of the porch. I'm gonna move my chair over there and do this half. It's hard to keep it clean with all these pine trees. I've cut all that brush down coming up my walkway there. Watered my tomato plants and Jerusalem artichoke. So I'm going to work on that for a little bit, for another hour maybe. It's getting scorching hot. We were supposed to have thunderstorms today, but I don't know. The sky is pretty clear. From that Hurricane Beryl, it looks like it's going to go west of us. So I don't know how much, if we'll get any rain. So we'll wait and see. But I'm going to go in the air here in about an hour, cool off, and pay all my bills. It was Social Security Day for me, so it's time to pay all the bills. So that's what I'm up to now. I might be back. Stick around. Hi everybody. Wednesday evening, 4:30. Oh boy, I've been busy today. What did I do? This morning I cleaned my porch off. See a little clip of that there this prior to this. And I just took a ride to see a guy about. I think there's a road here I want to take, yes. Oh boy. They call this old Penfield Road. I'll turn you around in a minute. You can see where I'm going. I thought maybe I thought I'd look at you for a little bit anyway. I'm gonna pull over up here and put you front facing so you can see the scenery. Anyway, I went out to see a guy about something. He was selling a radio, a mobile GMRS radio, the kind you mount in the van inside, and they have a little more power than a handheld. But it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. So, and he didn't know nothing about them. But when I saw it, I knew it wasn't what I was looking for. So that was a flop. And it's raging hot. It's 92 degrees right now. 4:30 p.m. It's supposed to get storms today, but we haven't had anything. I heard on the scanner in some areas all around me, it seemed like, calls for trees down, etc., etc. But we didn't get anything. Not a drop of rain. Maybe we will. It looked like it a couple times, but nothing ever happened. I wish it would rain, get a nice thunderstorm. That Hurricane Beryl is up here now, but like I said, I think it's going to go west and north of us. I'm going to pull off right here, and I'm going to switch out to the front so you can see the scenery. So hang in there. All right, here we go. Yeah, this is Clearfield, PA. And I'm just leaving Clearfield. I stopped at the dollar store. They have a dollar store here. Of course, where don't they have a dollar store? And I got a gallon not a gallon, but a big bottle of water. I want to keep in the van here. It's not a gallon. It's bigger than a gallon, whatever. I don't know. Anyway, maybe it's a gallon. Anyway, I like to keep a couple gallons in the van. So I picked that up. I think it was $1.75. Anyway. And I got a few cigars. And before this, I went to Family Dollar. And I got a little grocery haul. Maybe I'll share with you here tomorrow or something. Or late tonight if you're up late. If you're up late, can't sleep, maybe I'll put a video up late. Like I said, it's been hot all day. I didn't go well except for this trip. Those roads are wet here a little bit. I'm jumping around from one subject to another. I called my mother today. She's doing good. I didn't go up today because she's has some things going on. She's been going to exercise classes and she had some other visitors, so I didn't go. Here we are on the dirt road. Gravel, maybe you can, I hope you can hear me. Now I gotta put the mic up. I'm just gonna talk loud. I'm not sure. I think this turns back into pavement. But anyway, this was called the old Penfield Road. This used to be the road before they put the new highway in. I remember this road when I was a little kid, like 5 or 6 years old. My mother and dad, there wasn't any place to shop back then like there is now. You all probably, I know lots of you remember that. Now we have shopping centers everywhere, but back in the 60s, there weren't too many places to go grocery shopping. And not only that, but nobody was open. They closed at 9. Everybody closed at 9. And on the weekends, most places closed at 5. And some places were closed on Sundays. So there were limited places you could go to get groceries. There were no convenience stores. But we used to come to Clearfield every 2 weeks when my dad got paid for groceries. And I remember coming down this road. I don't know what kind of car he had. Probably like an early 60s Ford or Mercury, but I remember sitting in the back seat. If any of you remember that it was a big back seat and it had the strap across the back of the front seats you could hold on to. And there were ashtrays in the back of the seats. So the passengers in the back could have ashtrays. Now they don't even have ashtrays in cars anymore. My van doesn't have an ashtray. So we used to come over here every 2 weeks for groceries. My dad, he would usually drop me and my mother off at the grocery store, and he'd go to a little bar, have a few drinks while me and Mom were shopping. And then he'd pick us up and take us into town where there was like a 5 and dime store. They don't have those anymore. I can't remember the name. Was it Murphy's, maybe? It was a 5 and dime. They had everything in there. Other than groceries, they had... This road's rougher than I thought it was. They had... They were like a Dollar General is now. Anyway, he'd drop us off there, park the car, and there was another bar down the road. So he'd go hang out there while we shopped. My dad was a heavy out sitting at the bar. Little did I know what I know today about drinking in bars. So we did that once every 2 weeks. And down in where I live in town, there was no grocery stores, nothing. If you wanted a gallon of milk, you had to go 20 miles to Du Bois to get it. And even in Du Bois, there wasn't many places to shop. Now everything's open 24 hours, 7 days a week. I think they should go back to closing on Sundays and weekends. I think it's better in those days, maybe not. Leave it to Beaver kind of days. This is a nice road. It's a nice drive. Nice scenery. It's a good way to get up to the top of the mountain. Maybe we'll see some aminals. Now's the time if you want to see a rattlesnake. Because when you have these hot days like this, right around 6, 7 o'clock at night, they'll come out and lay on these roads to get the heat from the hot, from the roads being warmed up by the sun. They'll come out and lay right on the roads. I've run across lots of them like that. I don't like them, but they're nice to see when they're far away from your house and when you're in a vehicle. They're kind of creepy. Got my air conditioner blasting. I hope it's not interfering with the sound too much. I noticed today, for the first time, I got a pack of wieners in a Family Dollar. And I don't remember the price offhand, but they were just those pork chicken wieners, which I actually like. And they're, the cheaper ones. So, but I noticed right away when I picked them up how small they are. They must have just started that, because I know they weren't like that before. Just the last time I bought them. This time, there was a noticeable difference in how small they were. But inflation causes shrinkflation, so it's nothing new the last 3.5 years. You know why I said that, right? Anyway, we're coming out onto the regular highway here. 10 minutes into this, I'm going to add a little bit. I'll put my sunglasses on. We're out onto the main highway here. See if we can get out here without getting run over. Oh, that's bumpy. Bumpy. Oh. So I think I'll just keep you on, and we'll keep talking. Because some of you like long videos, and I can talk with the best of them. Most people think I'm bashful. I guess I am in person, or I used to be all my life, but now that I'm older, I got more to say, and I don't really care what people think what I say. That's one good thing about getting older. You start to care less and less about what people think of you. to an extent. There's not much traffic tonight. Not too many people out. We're down to up here. It's 86 up here on top of the mountain, but it's still pretty steamy. I know in the comments, some of you folks, some temperatures I just can't hardly comprehend what it would be like to be 117 or 120. I used to like the heat when I was younger, but I just can't deal with it anymore. I got the hiccups again. So that video I did on that barbecue grill, that review, that's a nice barbecue grill. Nice little compact unit. That took me a long time to make that video. They sent me that grill and I kind of sat on it for about 2 or 3 weeks deciding on how I was going to do it. And then finally, was it Sunday or Monday morning or something, I decided I got to get that done. So it turned out pretty good, I thought. And the company was happy with it, with the video. Most of those companies, when they send me something for review, they want me to review the product and then send them a copy of the video before I publish it. I've never really had anything bad to say about any product I reviewed, because if I don't think I'm going to like it, I don't do a review to begin with. So I don't know what would happen if I said, usually I tell them I'll do the review, but if I don't like it, I'm going to tell them. And they're pretty much all right with that. I don't know if I lost you or not. My phone just went into low power mode. If there was an interruption there, I don't know. But I think we're back on track. It's running anyway. That place on the right there, when I was a kid, that used to be called Bell's. It used to be a little restaurant. We used to go there for ice cream, ride our dirt bikes through the woods. You didn't have to get on the highway, you could ride through the woods and get there. So sometimes we'd go there and get ice cream or hot dog. And we're coming back into the valley. We'll be passing Parker Dam State Park here pretty soon. And I think I'm probably gonna end this here before we get too long a video and my phone goes dead. It went into low power mode. That means it's 20%. So everybody, I hope have a good night. night. I hope you're staying cool, staying safe, getting some relief from the heat. And that's about it. So thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting. I like reading the comments. I try to read them all. It's getting harder and harder though to keep up. But we'll keep trying as long as I can do it. Alright. Stay frosty.